My secret sauce for less pain and better posture. Hi, and welcome everybody. It's Jason Barlow, RMT, and I'm here today as your therapist and as your coach to help you transform your stress, your tension, and pain into health, happiness, and vitality. Welcome. So today we're going to center in on quite possibly one of the most influential muscles that you might never have heard of before. That is, I guarantee it's going to be a part of any neck pain, headache pain, any stress and tension that you're feeling in your shoulders. This is going to be the number one culprit. And because of its influence upon the breathing mechanics, it's also then going to influence rib-related pain. That's also including anterior rolling of the shoulder. It's also going to include manifestation of low back pain, hip pain, and so forth. That's how powerful this muscle or these muscles actually are. So you ready? You ready to hear what muscle it is? Any guesses first? Don't all rush at once. The muscle is called the scalenes. And there's three portions to it. There's the anterior, sitting a little bit more forward, middle, and then posterior. And they run down the side of the neck, essentially. Now, their attachment very much is between the cervical spine, so that's all the bones in the neck, and we'll just list it as being into the rib cage. If you want to go, find out the specifics, just go on Google, put in scalenes, S-C-A-L-E-N-E-S, and you'll see the anatomy. The essential information I want to share with you right now, because I've got a lot of it in my, sorry, I'm just going to shift this. In my blog post that I've shared in the description below, you can read more details about what I'm talking about today. You can also then find the video that is teaching you exactly how to stretch. That's the focus of today's talk, is how do we stretch these muscles and why is it important to stretch them? So the muscles, like we said, they're all along the length of the neck on the side of the neck. Now, some simple math I want you to roll with here. We breathe on average 16 times a minute. Now, that could go up, it could go down relative to sleep or activity, but on average, 16 breaths a minute. If you multiply that out for 24 hours, it's pretty close or just north of 25,000 repetitions. Now, why am I sharing that with you? First of all, I just want you to have that figure in your head, 25,000 repetitions every day. The current time as an adult, I can almost guarantee, unless I've shared this with you or you've learned it through Pilates or yoga or somebody who has this understanding, you're not breathing properly through the abdomen. What you're doing instead is you're recruiting all of the scalenes and then neighboring muscles called the accessory muscles of respiration. And as a result, when you breathe, you're breathing through the rib cage in an upward downward motion. That's these muscles that then are having to lift against gravity, don't forget, lift the rib cage up to accommodate your inhalation and exhalation. Now, in an ideal world, and if you have any young children around you, you'll see, especially at baby to probably even up until about age 12 to 14, that they breathe almost exclusively at rest through the abdominal region, the abdominal muscles. Important, and I will be talking about this in another session. We're specifically talking about a deep abdominal muscle known as the transversus abdominis. Now, that muscle, if you want to look up that one on Google, you'll see it looks like a corset. So when you breathe in, that muscle actually relaxes and allows the abdominal cavity to expand. Now, as that happens, then air can be drawn in because the diaphragm is able to move down. Air is drawn into the lungs naturally, and as you breathe out, the reverse happens. The transversus abdominis muscle squeezes the abdominal contents, which pushes the diaphragm up, which pushes the air back out. So that's the natural mechanic of breathing. But as an adolescent, certainly as a young adult and as an adult, we tend to reverse that. And I've got my own theories on that. I'll come to that in another session. But essentially what I want you to understand is that the reason why you're getting 25,000 unnecessary repetitions every day of these muscles, particularly the scalenes, but also the sternocleidomastoid, the upper trapezius, And that's why these shoulders and neck areas are tight and you get headache pains, is because it's just over recruited. So job number one, and that's the focus of today's video, is to learn how to stretch these muscles. Join me again in the future, because I'll be teaching you then step number two, which is how do we now then start to reverse this breathing mechanic, because that's the crux of it. We can stretch these muscles and follow the video, great. But if you continue to do as you've always done, you will continue to get what you've always gotten. So you need to change the way that you actually breathe so that you're not recruiting these muscles unnecessarily for that volume of repetitions that we've been talking about so far. So make sure below in the description, you go check out, firstly, the blog post, because in there I give even more details beyond what I'm sharing in this video today. And secondly, review the video that's describing and showing you exactly how to stretch these muscles. Then step number three, do it. Don't just watch it. Don't just read about it. You've actually got to go take a taste of the medicine. I've said this before and I'll continue to say it. If you just read or you just listen to these videos, but you don't do anything about them, it's just like you going to your doctor and complaining about pain, and he gives you the best pain medication he can, and all you do is take it home and read the instructions on the back, but you never actually take it. You just read it. That's interesting, but you never actually take it. Once you take it, you might find you start to get results. So be practical about this information sharing that I'm sharing with you today. So that's my secret sauce. The secret sauce is to learn how to stretch these scalenes and start to reduce that 25,000 repetitions every day of breathing incorrectly. This was taught to me by a Pilates instructor years ago, probably 20 years ago. She actually gave me one of those flexible bands. She said, okay, I want you to put this around your abdomen, hold it tight at the back, so it was snug and tight against my abdomen. And then she said, okay, take a deep breath. So as I took a deep breath, that didn't do anything. My abdomen didn't move. The band didn't change. All I did was go up and down with my shoulders, pretty much how I'd always breathed, unknowingly. So learn how to change that mechanic of breathing. That will come. But primarily right now, start to carve away at that postural debt that you've got accumulated in these scalene muscles, and follow that through with coming to see me if you're in the area to have some regular treatment on the scalenes. Because again, stretching is great. We need it. Releasing and allowing the abdominal muscles to do their job for breathing, perfect. We need that too. But we also need to complement it with some regular massage and deep tissue manual therapy, because I can guarantee there's going to be harbored in there what we call trigger points, and those trigger points will refer pain down your arm. I see this very often, right? We release the scalenes, we get freedom of pain from the jaw, from the head and cranium, facial pain. We get a release of upper shoulder pain. We get better recruitment of the middle upper back muscles. We get relief from nerve pain traveling down the arm, because again, these scalene muscles travel just underneath the clavicle, and they can push, if they're tight from all this breathing that we're doing. That's not going to change. What happens is it pushes, it compresses on what is known as the brachial plexus, which is a dense network of nerves in this upper clavicle just below an upper rib cage region where the scalenes are attaching. Relieve the scalenes from the breathing, and through massage, you start to get a real sense of relaxation in the upper neck shoulder region, and you just start to find that things feel better overall. And thanks for sharing that. I just see your comment here coming in, Willie. You do Qigong every day. It shows how to breathe while stretching. Perfect. Qigong, yoga, Pilates, wherever you're receiving this information, and it's educating and retraining you how to recruit the right muscles in the right way, game on. Follow through with that. And then continue to do it. That's the most important next step. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found that of benefit. Remember, your muscle health is my #1 priority. And if you've not already, go get one of these. It's free still. It's a digital copy. You can download it to your software, to your computer or laptop, or on the go on your phone. It's free for now. It's a PDF. You just have to put it in and use Adobe Acrobat. I have it on my phone through iBooks, so there's different options out there. Or you can get a physical copy off of Amazon. This is a playbook. It's meant to get dirty, and it rolls up and tuck it in your pants, throw it in your gym bag. And it's a practical tool, right? You jump to the section that's most applicable for you. If you need to improve your stretching, boom, go to stretches. If you want to change the way that you eat, go straight to the food section. If you just want to have more books to read, oh, I love books. Is there any giveaways in the background? Then just go to the section at the back on recommended reading. And if you're all focused about mindset, which is one of my big passions, then go straight to the beginning chapters talking about mindset. There's lots of options in there. Dive into it and give me feedback. If you've had a chance to download it, let me know. What did you get out of it? Give me a book review of any kind. I want to know. I want to hear back from you guys. The more information I get from you, the more that's going to help me with my second book that I'm going to be writing here in the next little while. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to shut up. See you guys on Thursday. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.